Hey guys, welcome to another GameXplain discussion. I'm your host, Andre Seegers, and this time we're joined by Derek Binder, Tom Arnold, and Josh Thomas from the BitBlock to discuss our impressions of Metroid Prime Blast Ball. So let's get started. Alright guys, so they announced Metroid Prime Blast Ball during E3 to I would call it a mixed reaction, but I think that's actually being rather generous there. So I think all of us, except for Derek, got to go hands-on with it. I know, Josh, you played a ton of this game.
2 hours, at least.
That is nuts, dude. So, let's go and start off with you then, because I think you're going to have the most distinct impression of all of us. So,
I'm a blast ball expert. Thank you very much.
So tell us more about your time with this game.
Okay, so when they first showed it at the Nintendo World Championship, I actually liked it. Like, I was like, oh, why do people hate on this so much? It looks kind of cool. It's this weird outer space soccer thing, whatever.
I wouldn't even know it was a Metroid Prime game then either.
Right, yeah. And a lot of people were still like, what is this crap? So, yeah. So the demo was actually really just Blast Ball. It was all about, this game of like intergalactic soccer where you jump into these giant mechs and you fire at this big orb, which is, I guess, kind of like a soccer ball, and you try to score, obviously like soccer, on your opponent's, in your opponent's goal. But it's got power-ups that fall onto the field. You can actually chisel off various, like, stuff like a guard, or you can get a lightning bolt. You, like, shoot it off the ball. And it's really cool, because, like, as your team scores, it was the first to 3 points, your goal gets smaller. So, like, that final goal to win the game is really crucial and very difficult to get. So it just kind of kept it fresh, kept it interesting, and I don't know, I just felt like it was actually a pretty fun experience overall.
Is it really that difficult to get the third goal? I think Tom has something to say about that.
Oh, okay, let's hear it.
I was the third guy, so I was back directly behind the ball, like, in a straight line to their goal. I charged out my shot, timed it, hit the ball before it hit the ground. Ball sailed through the air over the other team and into the net within 1 second. And we won.
Oh my god. See, I would have loved to see that. That's amazing. I have a feeling that's not something that's easily replicated many times.
Yeah, probably not. It was actually pretty impressive. Like, everyone was like, oh!
Did you guys get footage of this or no?
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah, same team.
I wish we had. It was pretty amazing. Okay, so you are a huge fan of the game.
I'm pretty positive about it. Let's put it that way.
That's impressive. I'll be straight up. I didn't play a ton of the game, and that's because it didn't really interest me that much. Okay. When they announced it, like, I didn't even realize it was a first-party game at first. So I'm like, what is this? Like, it looked like some, like, throwaway eShop title, I thought. And I'm like, okay, well, that's awfully nice and intended to give this, small indie developer some time in their Nintendo World Championships. And then it turns out it's a Metroid Prime game. Or part of the Metroid Prime Federation Force, I believe is what it's called, right?
Right.
Yeah, so, I it's not bad. Like, I didn't hate it. But, it didn't really stand out to me. Like, I don't know, it felt really slow-paced. I didn't think it felt that great to me. Especially during the E3 demo, like, the aiming was really weird. You have to hold down a button to free aim by using motion controls. Although they did announce there will be right stick support if you're playing the new 3DS. When the game does come out. And I just felt like, it just felt like a really slow and clunky soccer game. Because your character is so slow, and you really have to hammer that ball to get it moving at all. And I guess that's where the teamwork comes in. Mm-hmm. I don't know, I wasn't feeling it though.
Huh. See, for me, I think maybe in a way I'm kind of envisioning what this could be like as a final product. So like, for example, if you look on the menu, there was an option to customize your bot. So I'm just thinking like, oh, that's going to be really cool. There could be this like deep customization aspect where you change the appearance of your bot and are you going to go for somebody who's really fast and not so powerful, or maybe your bot is really slow but really beefy and powerful. So yeah, like customizing the bot that you jump into, I think that seems like it could be very promising. And like adding in more power-ups, and obviously there's going to be more than just one arena. I'm sure they'll have like arenas that have obstacles and crazy things going on in them. So maybe that's why I'm a bit more positive, because I'm thinking, okay, this is not it. There's going to be a lot more to this. Maybe I'm just being pointlessly hopeful. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a fool.
I mean, that could be. I mean, I haven't seen any of the Treehouse footage yet for Federation Force, but the Federation Force aspect always is what interests me more. I mean, I'm not even remotely sold on this game yet because, like everybody else, it really does seem like the Metroid Prime name was just slapped on this. I haven't seen any compelling reason for it to be related to Metroid Prime other than they're maybe gauging interest in the Metroid Prime series. But this isn't exactly the best way to gauge interest. You know, the game looked fine. Like Andre, when I saw this during the World Championships, I'm like, oh, okay, this is just a little eShop title that they're giving a nice little E3 boost. Good for them. And then it came out as a Metroid Prime game. I'm like, okay, it's odd. It just like I was so busy trying to just capture footage and everything during the digital event that I didn't really get a chance to process it. And then we're going back through and just seeing all of the dislikes that it got, and just like it is insane how people have just reacted so just vitriolic against this game.
Yeah, please do not dislike this video because you dislike Metroid Blast Ball.
Literally every video we posted would just hammer the dislikes of this game.
Yeah. Nintendo's all of Nintendo's like E3 videos for the most part have huge dislikes.
Oh god, the Animal Crossing is
We're gonna do that in another discussion.
We will.
Don't start me on that.
Save that. No spoilers.
It's really crazy just how people just did not like this game at all. And I'm like, it's a little nothing of a game that might do well, might be a little bit of fun, but it doesn't deserve all of this hate. I mean, it's not exactly what I wanted, but it doesn't deserve its hate.
Yeah, I think most people who are acting very negatively towards it, I get where they're coming from. They want that big, really gorgeous, impressive Metroid Prime game on the Wii U. But I think they need to understand that, like, this doesn't mean we're not going to get that game. This doesn't mean that, like, this is the series now. It's just sort of a spin-off. It's something fun to be doing on the 3DS. And for all we know, Retro Studios could be very hard at work on Metroid Prime 4 or something like that. So, I think really what Nintendo is thinking with this game is, hey, we want Metroid to be bigger than it is. We want to find a way to introduce it to more people. Hey, let's make it like more of a first-person shooter, something that's not so like solitary and atmospherical. And then people will play this, and then when we make the other real Metroid game, they'll associate Metroid from, Blast Ball and Federation Force with the new Metroid thing, and they'll want to try that.
So I'm actually surprised you liked it as much as you did, Josh, because isn't Next Level Games the developer of...
Yeah,
they are. Yeah, I think I might have mentioned this in discussions. I'm not really a big fan of Next Level Games, so I would not praise them. Obviously, I think that should be proof that maybe this game isn't so bad. That I'm actually saying it's fun. I would not want to say that about Next Level Games. So yeah, I think you can see what I mean though about like character design with Next Level Games, because this does look, let's be honest, somewhat generic. These bots and stuff.
So they did Disco Kid from Punch Out.
And they made those robots and strikers. Those were cool, right? And those ghosts in Dark Moon. Those ghosts in Dark Moon are so well designed.
But they nailed Luigi though, so I'll give them that.
They did, but how is it hard not to nail Luigi? I mean, he's just a scaredy cat.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess for me, that's actually my biggest disappointment, is that this is Next Level's game, or, I mean, I guess one of them. They may be working on something else. I'm actually a big Next Level fan, and I actually quite like how they characterize most of their enemies. Like, even the ghost in Dark Moon, even though their appearance was a little bit generic, I did like how they were animated during the cutscenes.
The animation was good. Yeah, I think they have fantastic animators, though. Like, I think Next Level Games animators are, like, brilliant. But, man, the character designers, spank them. Please, somebody go in and just spank them and say, no, do good, do better.
Well, maybe in that sense it's a good thing they are working on Metroid, because I really dislike the character design of the other bounty hunters in Metroid Prime 3, and it seems to be like a continuation of that idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, for me, like, I'm not seeing any of the usual personality Next Level Games is known for coming through in this game at all. No. Like, Blast Ball looks to me like such a generic game. Like, the only thing that ties into Metroid is, really the HUD. That's the main thing that ties into Metroid. Yeah. Federation Force a little bit more, but even that, like, I don't know.
They're really chibi. They're chibi Federation Force for some reason.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's odd with Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon? Next Level Games had designed some bosses, and Nintendo said they cut some of them because they said, make a boss that could only happen in the world of Luigi's Mansion. Now, do you think Metroid Prime Blast Ball is something that would happen at all in the world of Metroid? Like, I don't really think so.
Yeah, you got.
We don't know what the Federation does in their off time, so apparently
Yeah,
it's
this is it. They play soccer.
They just gamble on blast ball.
Yep.
That's a good point. So I guess the final thing to address, we kind of already touched on this, is attaching the Metroid Prime name to both Blast Ball and Federation Force the best idea, do you think? Because, like, for me, I don't care that much. I mean, I think there is a huge overreaction to all this. But at the same time, I will say it seems like Nintendo has kind of been dragging the Metroid name through the mud. With Other M, and now this. It almost seems like they're not even caring about what that brand even means anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think what their logic is, hey, if we make a game that's a little bit more mainstream in its design, that will then get people interested in the Metroid name, and then they'll buy the, like, Metroid Prime, real kind of Metroid game. I think what they might find is that, and I think they can see it already, the hardcore Metroid audience that wants that big, awesome Metroid game is actually just gonna get upset about something like this, and kind of turn their back on the franchise, I think. So it might be a little bit more damaging than helpful.
Yeah, they should just buy that team making No Man's Sky, put in Samus Aran in there, and go be a bounty hunter in the universe. I mean, something like that would be awesome.
Yeah.
You know, my biggest disappointment is not that this game exists, but that it's not a full-on adventure version of Metroid Prime in Nintendo Land. Because I loved that game. I loved everything about it. I loved the shooting mechanics. I thought the controls felt great. And the music was so good! Oh, I loved everything about that game. I want a full adventure on the Wii U, co-op, in that style.
Yeah, that'd be more fitting for this, with sort of the chibi-like guys in it, too. Like, when that little character is running up into the suit, he looks like nothing from the Metroid universe.
No, he doesn't, yeah.
No, not really. Well, do you guys have any final thoughts at all about Ball Blast before we wrap it up here, or Blast Ball, I guess?
Ball Blast.
Yeah.
It's just a whole big nothing of a game to me. It's there could be, as we see more of it, it could be more interesting or have something there that clicks with me. But as of right now, I don't care about it, and it does. But it doesn't also make me mad. It's just there it is. Let's see what they actually come out with next. Concerning Metroid, and that's really all I can say.
You know what the biggest problem is? It's that they announced it during E3 and not during one of their mid-year directs or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's funny because like I liked the game. Like when I played it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just being honest. Like when I was playing Blast Ball, we were having a blast. Ha ha ha, get it? And
not a ball.
But no, I mean I can't deny that it was fun. And maybe it wouldn't be fun if I played it for a lot longer. I'm sure it would get boring after a while. But I see a lot of promise. I think it needs to look way better. Definitely, it looks kind of ugly. They need to kind of put a lot of polish in it and add more features to Blast Ball and the main, 4-player co-op stuff. But I don't think it's really worth getting super mad about. It's worth telling Nintendo that this isn't the kind of game you want. Like, I'm all for doing that. But, I don't know, maybe just let's see how it develops. And I had fun with it on the show floor, so,
That's good to hear. Like, I only played a single match, so I'm willing to give it more of a chance. It very well could be a fun game. Mm-hmm. It's just, it's one that doesn't leave a particularly great impression at first. But there could be more depth there, and you did play. I mean, you are the foremost authority on this right now, John. Because you probably played that more than even the developers. I'm guessing. At this
we were trying to find next level games to see if we could take them on, and nobody was around. So.
Oh man.
With the game, I'm gonna say like the concept. I didn't really like it, but the game itself actually plays pretty good. It reminds me a lot of Unreal Tournament 2004, where they had like a mode where you pass a bomb around, basically. It's too bad that you can't pass the ball to other teammates. I hope there's maybe different levels you can play in, maybe some different terrain. Some of the items have an interesting choice. Like one of the items, if you get it, it'll disable the whole other team where they pop out of their mechs and they have to get back in.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that can change the pace of the game quickly. So hopefully they have a bunch of creative items in it in the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe they'll even have a story too, like I was telling Derek and Tom. Maybe in a twist that rivals the end of the original Metroid. At the very end of the championship, the soccer ball you've been kicking around the entire time opens up to reveal Samus inside.
It could be. I was just thinking actually that this is the Strikers sequel that everybody wanted, right?
Yeah.
Wow, I guess when you put it that way, that really it does make sense now. It all makes sense. That's why Next Level Games is making this game.
Just put in Team Waluigi, I'll be happy.
Alright, I think that about wraps up for us here, so thanks guys for watching. If you liked our discussion, make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GameXplain, as you can find links to in the description below. It's a good way to keep up to date on everything we post. And Josh, do you want to tell everyone where they can get a hold of you at?
Absolutely, they can find me at the BitBlock on pretty much anything on the internet.
Awesome, cool, and of course keep an eye on GameXplain.com for more from E3 and other things gaming as well. Alright, thanks guys, bye.